Greetings, my friends. It's Andrea here with an update for the kingly month of the year, which is August, and it has the energy of the tropical Leo, as the majority of you know, and in sidereal it is Cancer, but actually it is the emperor of the nakshatras. In the middle of it, actually, it's 15 of Cancer with the Cancri constellation, and this is a very important nakshatra for wealth. It is about Pushya, ruled by Saturn, which we know it's very strong right now. And therefore, in accordance to these energies, for the ones who want to go deeper into personal finance in their astrology, you are welcome to follow a new series that I will introduce, and I will link it at the end. That being said, I would like to start with our month. I will talk about the general influences in August. It's an interesting month before the eclipse season, as you know, which is September-October 2024. And I would like also to tell you some bits of information about Bitcoin. So let's start. So this is the month of August, where we do have a summary, and if I have to pick up a summary for it, would be when the volatility is king. And this is something that we repeated also throughout the year so far, but in August we will have special days in the mid where we will have very strong energy. I would say that it's quite bearish, but we will have also a reversal, as you know it's the case for crypto. And we would like to start with the bigger picture of the outer planets, which would give us the bigger trends in the markets as well, for the financial markets especially, and we will also refer to cryptocurrency afterwards, especially to Bitcoin, because it's dominant and still drags the whole market after it, either up or down. So we do have three outer planets which continue to be retrograde, and this is Pluto, Neptune, and Saturn. They went retrograde in previous months, and they will continue their retrogression. What is important to know is the fact that these planets will gain speed. So yes, they are retrograde. They will traverse degrees that were traversed before. So here in the markets, usually it's about retesting price levels that were tested before, and we have more realistic expectations in general in the market, because Neptune, which governs illusion and sleep, is now really retrograde, so it's reversed in its way of functioning. This means that it's quite awakened, and we will be more realistic with our targets and with our expectations in terms of price evolution. Now, fear is also an important component, and this is instilled by Saturn, which in the lower vibration is fear. In the higher vibration, it has to do with wealth. It's the ruler of the Pushya nakshatra, which is the emperor of all the constellations in the sky. So I would say that this month will be characterized by volatility, but also caution. We will have also some drops that could appear unexpected, but I think actually people will feel them before they will expect them. In a sense, they would not come as a surprise if I compare it with the previous months, at least. So this is the general information, so to speak, for the market. So it's about power and regulation as well, which is Pluto. It's more realistic views, and it's Saturn, which is a bit of fear, of caution, so it's risk aversion. Then we do have issues around security, compliance, and regulation. And a lot of preparation will be done during this month because all these planets are retrograde. So this means that some things from the past are reviewed and they are prepared behind the scenes and will be revealed when these planets will go direct. And this will happen progressively. With most of them, if I recall correctly, it will be in the beginning of 2025 when we will see most of the results. And this is important to take into account because some big moves in the markets could happen afterwards. Of course, reversals happen when planets go retrograde, as we have just seen on the 4th of July. Actually, from the 3rd of July, it happened UTC time zone when we had a big drop, relatively big. Yes, it was recovery. It was not a long-term drop. I mean, not at that level at least, but we could see that there is a lot of instability in the market, and I think this will continue to a certain degree because things will not be decided. So when planets are retrograde, usually decisions are not made yet. So they are discussed, there are discussions, there are rumors. So it will be again huge sensitivity to news, to rumors in the price action, in my opinion. Then we do have an important event which actually happens regularly in a year, 3 times a year, Mercury going retrograde. And this happens this time on August 5th for roughly 3 weeks, as we are used to, so nothing extraordinary here, until August 28th. So this means that we will get Mercury slowing down markets. As you know, we are also surprised by some events, at least short term, and it is a slowdown in general. I can say that this will be really interesting because Uranus, which is the higher octave of Mercury, so to speak, and it rules volatility but also innovation, will go retrograde September 1st. And yes, this is not in August, but already at least the last 10 days of August, Uranus will slow down, will become stationary retrograde, and then it will become very, very strong. So there would be a part of the month, let's say from the 20th, 21st of August until the 31st of August, when, so 28th is, yes, the golden rule, but we take another orb of influence, so the last 10 days of August, when we will have a lot of shifts, I would say, and also innovation in the market, sudden news, because Mercury is markets, it's about trading, it's also about travel, short-term travel and high-speed travel, and we have also this Uranian energy, which is really linked to Aquarius, that is coming here very active in the last part of August. And talking about this, I do think a lot of opportunities will come when we talk about trading, about possibilities to grow in markets and to have a innovative approach in investing and in security. Before we continue, a word from our partners at UpTrade.
Hello, Astro Crypto community. It's lovely to speak with you all, and hopefully I get to meet some of your faces soon. My name is George Kaltekis, and I work for a brokerage company called UpTrade. Think of us as like a traditional stockbroker, but in the crypto world. It's a really exciting opportunity to be able to connect with you all and to see how Andrea and I can create some value in this space. For a bit of background, I've been sort of investing and trading in digital currencies for the past 6 or 7 years, in 2017, and I've learned from a lot of the market cycles and really, from a technical analysis point of view, a fundamental, and also looking at the derivatives data in the futures market. So a little bit about UpTrade. We're a full service white glove brokerage. So that means that we can execute buying, selling, and swapping of over 8,000 digital currencies. We can also on-ramp currencies into the market like the US dollar, the Australian dollar, the euro, and we can get this safely and securely into people's bank accounts. We can also provide the gold standard of custody through Fireblocks, one of the well-known custody solutions in the space. And we also produce in-house research that's best in class and really relevant to current trends and themes. So I really help people to understand the narratives that are driving the value in the crypto space. And together with Andrea, I'm really excited to partner and see how we can add additional value to you. And so Andrea will give you a bit of a spiel about where we might be astrologically in the financial world, especially in the crypto space. And yeah, looking forward to potentially meeting you all and getting to know some of your names soon. Bye for now.
Looking very much forward to the collaboration with Uptrade. Thank you so much for the opportunity, George. And please access the link in the description, the one for Uptrade, just at the top, in order to secure a 30% discount on the brokerage fees. Mercury and Uranus, both retrograde, will be a slowdown, but also innovation, a turning point in the market, but it will be also about speed. Why? Because both planets are very speedy. So things will happen at another pace in a way after this retrogression will finish. So it will last a while until Mercury and Uranus especially will gain speed afterwards, but this is a sort of new beginning of new cycle in the markets, and this is important to take into account because it's like investing long term will be not that easy, so to speak, this time, but we will need to keep an eye and watch the financial assets and take action. This is basically what is suggested by the planets. And we do have this symbol for innovation and volatility for Uranus. And this means also that we have new projects and we have new discoveries in tech in the next months. Uranus is also linked to tech. We have a square between Mercury and Uranus, and squares usually are stressful aspects, but they will really bring creations to life. Now, I would like to say that there is also a negative influence, like with any other planet. We have good and negative influences, and Uranus representing disruption to normal course of various processes. So we might have surprises, interruptions in various processes, and what could this be? So we do have Uranus square Venus as well. Therefore, we can say that also cryptocurrencies will be innovated, and it will be also some kind of disturbance this month. We have this sudden aspect, so it would be a sudden drop. It's in August as well. Expect a turbulent month, I would say, in terms of markets, in terms of cryptocurrency and trading as such. We might have other rules, maybe other compliant stable coins and things that are new to us. So the markets will not be the same, maybe another ETF approved. So it will be a lot of innovation here. And we have also a Jupiter square Venus, which point towards regulation in cryptocurrency markets. So we might see also expansion of the current rules and regulation, and it will be in a way a sort of balanced approach to the markets after the initial influence that is more negative and slowing down of cryptocurrency development will really pass. So it's like a very changing time, volatile, changing. We will have drops and we will have new beginnings and new projects. The peak of this volatile energy, I want you to be very attentive because this will affect Bitcoin as well. We have it on the 18th and 19th of August. And this is marked by a long-term aspect, which is the Jupiter-Saturn square, which has the potential and the potency to materialize things. Big events usually happen. It's also about regulation. It's about new domains being really born and shaped. So it's about shaping. The square has this energy. It's not a light energy, but it's a energy which lasts. So whatever is really started with struggle in such time would have a solid foundation usually. Then we do have new moon and full moon, like in each and every month. I will talk more about them in the weekly videos because this video is already, I think, too long. But we have here an attention, so to speak, to the full moon in Aquarius. So please think about it because we will have a focus on AI. And why? Because we do have Pluto with this Aquarian energy, and it's also this trine, so to speak, which forms, it's not perfect, between Pluto in Aquarius and the asteroid Sedna in Gemini. And both of them are related to artificial intelligence, to ChatGPT. So we might see also innovation there with a disruption as well, because Pluto will disrupt the part of the sky where it's going into. And I think one point of disruption will be linked to the need for regulation. And there is already the pressure on AI to deliver on promise with return on investment in terms of energy, so Uranus, electricity, and the data centers, which have huge consumption. So now it's estimated that the return on investment from the AI needs to be around 600 billion in order to really cover all the costs and the investments that are associated with it. And this will affect market investments as well. And we know that all are connected. So finally, it will affect crypto and especially AI-based coins, in my opinion. Then Aquarius also represents aviation, aerospace, and social networks. And this is also a sign from August that we will have areas of progress there in 2024 and in the first half of 2025, especially. So expect developments there. The seeds will be put already here this month with the Jupiter-Saturn square. Then the cryptocurrency markets, we do have volatility also in the first half of August. So the whole August will be volatile. We have some new interesting influences. They are short-term on the 2nd, but then we will have recovery, in my opinion. So we do have a new moon in the tropical Leo. I will talk more in detail about this. And we might have also new laws and power and regulation related topics at that time. Then key dates are for BTC. Yes, I promised you, I tell you about this. It's about two long-term aspects. So again, they are not active only on the day they are exact. So based on observation, we see lately that they are really activated strongly. The most powerful one, even 8-10 days before it is exact, and it's also after it is exact. And we do have August 9th and August 14th, respectively. Both are positive. I think the first one will be stronger. It's a Neptune-related aspect that would point towards market expansion for BTC, which is not so surprising. It could be that the demand for ETF increases. It's not at the level that it was expected based on my understanding so far, but we could see a turnaround there. And on the 14th, we do have positive influences on the Lagna that I saw that they manifest, but it's rather in the background from what we observed in the beginning of July. So we have them, but they are a bit delayed and they are weaker in general. I don't know how exactly the 14th will play out in terms of strength, but there is something as well. So we might have also a very important beginning of a new cycle, actually, which is induced by this influence on the ascendant in the middle of the month. And it will be also a ending point, because 18th, 19th would be drops then. So I would expect that we will have the first part. So the first days we could have a drop. Then we will have towards the mid of the month, 9th, 14th, another local peak for BTC. Could be something big because Neptune is also a planet which has very rarely such aspects on BTC. So it's about the market more. It could influence the price as well, for sure. It will influence to some degree, but maybe it won't be extraordinary. We will need to see. I don't exclude that it would develop nicely. It depends also on other circumstances that are global level. And now I would say that we have this let's say volatile again month for crypto. Expect that unfortunately we will have this shake really as a preparation for a new cycle of evolution, which will be brought in the next 2 months, because we have the eclipse season in September and the beginning of October, which will be about an end, you know, how it is with an eclipse, and the other one, they are at 2 weeks difference usually, will bring the new beginning. And we will talk about eclipses as well very soon, so stay tuned for more videos. Actually, this is an excerpt from the Patreon and Telegram related report for members. If you are interested, you get it actually in advance with some, you know, I'm not so strict about the schedule, but you get it usually in advance. So if you are interested, you can join Patreon. It's available in all tiers. Thank you so much for your attention, for liking and subscribing. It helps the channel. And until next time, be joyful.